Welcome back everyone to the South Bay Rebel channel, and today we're going to be looking at the LEGO Star Wars Luke Skywalker Red 5 helmet. And I do like this helmet line, and I'm hoping we get more in the future, but as of now it looks like they haven't released any, and it might be a discontinued line. This set is number 75327, 675 pieces, and let's dive into this right now. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Red 5, it is the call sign of Luke Skywalker when he joins the Rebels to take on the Empire and help destroy the Death Star in the first Star Wars movie, A New Hope. This is the helmet he dons when he hops into his X-Wing to go and join the fleet or the squadron, and it's an iconic piece of Star Wars history. Looking at the representation of it in LEGO form, I think it definitely looks like the helmet Luke wore. Obviously, it's gonna have some quirks to it and not be a one-for-one replica because it is made out of LEGO, but I think they did a pretty good job here. That's not to say that it doesn't have any flaws, but we'll get into those in just a few. I want to look at the overall build, and I think if you take a step back and look at it, you know exactly what it is right away. This is Luke Skywalker's helmet. This is what he wore in the X-Wing. This is Red 5 in a nutshell, and it accomplishes that, if nothing else. It's right away recognizable as that helmet that Luke Skywalker wore in that movie. There's a really nice contrast of color that stands out here. You have a lot of white, but it's broken up nicely with those pops of yellow and all that red, especially that stripe going down the middle of the helmet. And then there's also some nice printed and stickered pieces. Now, as a LEGO fan, I would prefer that they all be printed pieces. I understand that cost is usually a factor there, and that's why we get stickers in place of printed parts sometimes. And in my personal opinion, this set just has way too many stickers where there should have been printed parts. But considering that this was a relatively inexpensive set, especially after the steep discount over the holidays, I'm not too bent out of shape about it. As we look at the front of the helmet, we have that nice orange visor for over the eyes. That's a nice touch there, and it adds yet some more color. And they've even gone as far as adding detail on the inside with those cushioned earpieces in gray and the sculpting of the inside overall done in black, which I think adds a nice touch of contrast as well. We've even got a chin strap piece, which is cool. And then there's also a little bit of playability thrown in here with the microphone or mouthpiece to radio in to the other squad members that swings in and out of the way. So a nice little touch there of playability thrown in a set that is otherwise most likely going to be for display. That's typically the case with these 18 plus sets. They're likely made to look good on a shelf, and this does look good on a shelf, but it's nice that they went the extra mile and threw in a little bit of playability. I also wanted to point out that this is one of the only open-faced helmets in the LEGO Star Wars series of them. I know that there's the Batman mask, but that's a little different. I think this looks good, and it's nice that they've branched out and managed to accomplish something that is different and unique from most of the other helmets that we see in this line. And now, unfortunately, I need to talk about my biggest complaint with this set, which is these stickers. Specifically these stickers on the side of the helmet, which are on curved and sloped pieces. My issue here is that they don't really have enough flat surface to lay flat and adhere fully to the pieces, which causes that top edge there to wrinkle and lift from the LEGO piece. There is some nice printed parts on the top of the helmet and also that stripe going down the middle, but it's not without its flaws as well. Those white stripes have some blemishes on them, some dark marks, probably from the printing or manufacturing process. Not uncommon, but unfortunate nonetheless. We wish we could have had a little bit better quality control here. And just the sheer amount of stickers and the fact that they don't lay nicely on the parts is really a bummer. Here's a look at the plaque. All of the helmets come with one, so that's a nice touch. And overall, this is a pretty good looking build. It's iconic. You can tell right away by looking at it exactly what it's supposed to be and supposed to represent. It's got some really nice color contrast, and I like that they branched out from all of the closed-faced helmets and went with an open-faced one here. That seems like something that's a bit harder to achieve, but they've managed to do a pretty good job overall. We've been saving a spot on our helmet shelf for some time now, and this is so satisfying to finally fill in that vacancy. It looks good among the other helmets that we've collected, and again, this isn't the full spectrum of all of the LEGO Star Wars helmets in that line, but it's what we've got so far, and we're pretty happy with this setup. I wouldn't necessarily say this is my favorite of the bunch, but it definitely complements the rest of the set. I think that Captain Rex one stands out still to this day for me. Darth Vader's an iconic one. The Boba Fett one looks good too. If you've got a favorite, let me know down in the comments, but this is a fun build. I know my wife had a good time putting it together, and we're happy to have it and add it to our collection. And that's gonna do it. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more. And until the next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.